You know that feeling when you buy a family size bag of chips? You open it and you realize it's 70% air? You feel cheated, right? Well, welcome to the world of money. Everyone today is complaining about inflation. Oh, Rich, gas is so expensive. Rich, why does a sandwich cost $15? But let me tell you something. Modern governments are amateurs. If you want to see the true masters of the financial scam, we have to go back 2,000 years to the guys who basically invented the concept of ruining money. Today, we are talking about the Roman Empire. Not the gladiators, not the toga parties. We are talking about how they took the strongest currency in the world and turned it into trash. I'm Rich Raccoon, and this is the story of the first great inflation. Let's start at the beginning. The year is 27 BC. Emperor Augustus is in charge. Life is good. Back then, money was, well, actual money. This is a denarius. A Roman soldier earned about 225 of these a year. And the best part? It was real. A denarius under Augustus was made of 95% to 98% pure silver. It was heavy. It was solid. If your house burned down, this coin would survive in the ashes and be worth exactly the same amount the next day. This is what we call hard money. You could go anywhere in the known world, throw this on a table, and people would accept it. You didn't have to trust the government, you just had to trust the silver. But, like every good thing in history, politicians ruined it. Because emperors have an eternal problem. They like to spend money they don't have. The problem with Rome was that it was expensive, really expensive. You had armies to pay, roads to build, and of course, Emperor Nero's giant parties. When Nero ran out of cash, he had two options. Option A, raise taxes, which makes citizens angry. Option B, spend less money, which makes the emperor angry. So he chose option C, cheat. This is called debasement. Nero thought, if I melt these silver coins and add a little bit of copper or bronze into the mix, nobody will notice, right? So he could mint more coins with the same amount of silver. Suddenly, the denarius dropped to roughly 90% silver. The average guy on the street? He didn't notice immediately. The coin looked the same, it shined the same, but in reality, Nero just stole 10% of everyone's wealth without ever entering their homes. Then came Marcus Aurelius. Smart guy, philosopher, everyone loves him. But even he had wars to pay for. By the year 180 AD, guess what happened? The denarius dropped to 75% silver. Imagine you go to a bar, you order a beer, but the bartender drinks a quarter of it and fills the rest with tap water. It still tastes vaguely like beer, but you know you're getting ripped off. If you thought 75% was bad, welcome to the crisis of the 3rd century. Things went crazy. Emperors were changing faster than I change my... Actually, I don't wear clothes, but you get the point. There were about 50 emperors in 50 years. Every new guy had to bribe the soldiers so they wouldn't assassinate him. Where did they get the money? They turned the printer to maximum speed. Or, well, the smelter. By the end of the 3rd century, the denarius, that glorious silver coin, contained only 5% silver. 5%. The rest was just cheap bronze dipped in a thin layer of silver wash to make it look shiny. After you held it for a week, the silver rubbed off, and you were holding a rusty piece of junk. This wasn't money anymore. It was a fake poker chip. And what happens when you flood the market with bad money? Hyperinflation. Prices exploded. Soldiers started refusing payment in coins. They demanded to be paid in clothes, food, or pure gold. Nobody wanted the state money anymore. Historians say prices went up by 1,000%. Normal people lost their life savings because the coins in their chest became worthless scrap metal. Finally, Emperor Diocletian came along and said, "Enough, I will stop inflation." By law. He issued the famous Edict on Maximum Prices. He basically said, if you sell a loaf of bread for more than 2 coins, we will kill you. Did it work? Of course not. Merchants just hid their goods. Black markets appeared everywhere. The economy completely froze. The Roman Empire didn't just fall because of barbarians at the gates. It fell because it destroyed its own money from the inside. Does this sound familiar? Today, we don't shave metal off coins. We just press a button at the central bank and create billions of dollars in seconds. The Romans diluted silver with bronze. We dilute money with nothing, with thin air. The result is the same. What you bought yesterday for $100 today costs you $150. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it rhymes. And right now, the rhyme sounds a lot like poverty.
So, the next time you see prices going up, don't yell at the cashier. Remember Nero and his bucket of copper. I'm Raccoon. If you want to learn how not to get burned by this system, smash that subscribe button. We're going to learn how to find real value in this pile of economic garbage together. Raccoon out.